lifting weights is a way of life. It's a central focal point of my life. You know, I don't want to sound cliche or you know, cheesy or anything like that, but really, if I did not have weight training, I'm sure I would have certain issues that I need to deal with in another way. In other words, weight training really is like a therapy for me. For me, weights is, I have to do it. It's a good way to prevent stress. There's that feeling of satisfaction of lifting a heavy weight, you know, a personal best maybe. Just a great set where you get that feeling, the endorphins rush, muscle pump. All of those things are real, you know, you can get that daily feeling of accomplishment just by going to the gym. So for me, it's a real big thing in my life to have that there.
What's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Project 1229. So episode 5 now, and I guess kind of coming at you in a slightly different order. So right now I'm on about, I think it's week 14 now. So time really flies, and you know, things are starting to really take shape. This morning I weighed in around 79.75, I think it was. So just breaking through that 80 kilo barrier. And this is exactly where the fun begins and where prep really starts to take off. You know, my lowest stage weight so far in the past seasons has been always around the 75 kilo mark. So that just gives you an idea of what's going to happen to my physique in the next 5 or so kilos. So exciting times. And last week was supposed to be the start of my diet break that we had planned, but due to I'm feeling good and being, I guess, slightly behind on the trajectory, we opted to skip it and actually look to dig a little bit deeper. So calories actually got taken down slightly, and actually took a slight drop to around the 1900 calorie mark, and steps actually got up to about 12,000 a day. So you know, after around a week and a half of this now, I finally got under the 80 kilo mark, and I'm bang on track with the projected numbers again. So I'm very, very pleased with that. So let's hope things continue to go that way and my physique continues to play ball, so I can get down to, you know, 75 kilos in a good place without potentially having to dig too hard extra with my calories or, you know, activity. And yeah, I guess I'm just very happy with how things are going. I remember, I guess my weight at last prep, I was doing around the same amount of calories at the same weight, but also doing about an hour's worth of cardio last time round. So to be in this position where my output is not going to be as high is going to be a great place to be, and hopefully my legs are really going to show for that too, and potentially hold on to a little bit more muscle tissue in my legs this time round, versus, you know, always cycling like last time. So I guess at the same time, I'm still having that once a week refeeds, so nothing's changed there with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to my refeed last week. So everybody loves this stuff, right? So I figured I'd do a full day of eating for a refeed day. So I'm having about 2,700 calories today, starting from now. Today I'll start off, I usually start my day off with oats anyway, but I'll have in 100 grams of oats, 40 grams of protein powder, 20 grams of nut butter, 1 square of dark chocolate, which is usually my breakfast. But my normal breakfast is 70 grams of oats, 40 grams of protein powder, and 15 grams of peanut butter. This is the key ingredient. So these are oats, and we usually grind it ourselves, and it just makes it easier to, I guess, eat, tastes better, cooks faster. So that is it. A fresh top. Yeah, I usually go for actually the Ghost vegan protein. So I can't digest whey protein as much as I've tried. You know, it gives me the runs a little bit. So we've got a fresh tub of Ghost here. I usually go for the vegan chocolate cereal milk, and they don't sponsor me, but they should. But I like it. I think it tastes the best in terms of vegan flavors. And look, the scoop is always on the top. So they do this really cool thing where, you know, they hook the scoop in the top, and they also give you like some little note. And then I'll also go for some, so I usually go for just the Amazing Grass greens. This is chocolate as well, so it actually adds a little bit more chocolate flavouring to it. So I'll do half a scoop of the greens. I bang out some psyllium husk as well, not Herbalife, psyllium husk. So I have half a scoop of that, so that's probably like 3 grams of psyllium husk. And that just gives the oats a little bit more bulk to it. And then I've been trying this out. It's a little bit of inulin. See what the fuss is about. I think it's like supposed to be for some digestion shit, but Mom's fish fingers. This is my mom's lunch. She's defrosting it from frozen. It's interesting. Okay, so real simple how I run this. I just put hot water in this, man. Boom. The whisk is the key. You gotta keep whisking it so it doesn't stick to the side. Oh, fucked it. Shouldn't have to. So this is a lovely microwave that we have. Don't usually microwave it, but I've added too much water, so it is what it is. This is the nut bar I've been using. This, can you see it? Does it focus? Dark chocolate sea salt. Elite levels. And then I'll go for 70%. Because 90% just tastes horrible. Oh, opened. So that's how you save it. If you've wrecked your oats, just microwave it. It's not the end of the world. Ew. So this is the secret. You put it on the scales first, zero out, get the minus, and it tells you how much that you should have. Voila. And that's meal number 1. Oats, protein oats. Do it yourself. Tastes good. Meal 2, 200 grams of flank, 300 grams of some rice, bit of tomato, bit of onion, bit of kale, some cucumber. I'll show you what is going on. All right, so before you man slate me, I always chop up a steak beforehand. You know, everyone loves a slate, right? They're like, you should never cook your steak like this. But you know what? This is how I want to cook steak. This is how I like to eat it, right? And this is my day of eating, not yours. So you know where to go with your comments on that. Apologies if you're vegan. Boom, and that is meal number 2 done. So put a little bit of the French's yellow mustard and a bit of sriracha in it. But there you go. Actually, it ended up being only 230 grams of rice because I didn't have enough. So there we go. I'll probably have to just eat a little bit more a bit later. Topping it off, final thing, the Fanta Zero fruit twist. Probably don't have this if you're watching and you're from Asia, but this is the flavour. But you've got other better things, like kickapoo. I like that. Right, so this is not really even a meal, man. This is like, actually now we'll call it a meal. But yeah, I've been feeling this lately. So what I've been having is, we're gonna have this whole pot of Greek yogurt basically. I'm gonna add about 20 grams of chocolate protein powder, and it gives it that chocolatey dessert kind of taste. I'm gonna have a kiwi. Everyone's been going off with these kiwis as well. Like, I did a little story on Instagram with eating it with the skin on. How you find a sweet kiwi is just basically you gotta touch them up and like kind of caress them a bit and see which one is hard or soft. So this one's like pretty hard, so it's pretty raw. So is this. So I'm gonna go for a slightly softer one, but I'm not gonna put this in the yogurt. I'm not really a big fan of fruit in yogurt. My refeeds aren't that dissimilar from, you know, my general day-to-day. I used to do a lot of refeeds where I have a large variety of what I wouldn't normally have, but I found this time around what I'm trying to do is trying to keep my refeeds as similar to my actual diet as possible. So just really having a little bit more of what I normally eat. All right, so last meal. So I've actually trained today. So this is not actually another day just because I'm wearing slightly different clothes. Last meal going in, I've got quite a lot of calories. So 200 grams of chicken breast, 370 grams of rice. It was supposed to be 300, but meal 2 was only 230 grams of rice. So we're gonna replace that a little bit. I'll have room for 1 orange and a kiwi. Has it got pips though in that orange? Shall I risk it? Go for the pips.
I have the orange, it's nice.
Is it okay?
It's not as good, but it's nice.
See, this is what happens, man. You don't risk the macros for an orange that isn't all that. She's obviously enjoying herself. Nom nom. That's the worst thing about fruit. It's when they have the seed. If it doesn't have a seed, like it's not natural, right? Right, it's been on steroids or done some genetic mixing. Maybe I made that up. There you have it. The mess. That's pretty much it. That is the full day of eating done. Hopefully you've taken some degree of value from it. I'm gonna finish off my last massive meal. That's it, man. Hope you've enjoyed it and catch you in the next one. Peace. The day after, so tomorrow. And just thought it'd be interesting to show you kind of what it's like. Get a body weight and see what happens with body weight. So you'll see the last couple of days has been around that 80.3, 80.9 kind of mark. So it'll be interesting to see where is that today. So let me hop on the scales. Basically 80.65 on the scales. Not bad for a refeed. Within 500 grams. So pretty accurate. And that's a wrap for the refeed. Peace.